So this is last tool. It's on self-compassion. Self-compassion is about how to relate to oneself with kindness and wisdom. So this will be the last part. This is an extension of the kindness. So kindness is a component of the mindfulness. So the several ways to be kind to ourselves is an extension of the kindness practice. This one is focusing on the self-kindness more. So I'll be sharing with you several ways of how we can be kind to ourselves when we are facing problems and challenges in life. It's much easier to speak about this at the end of the MINDFULGym program because a lot of the Kung Fu, a lot of the strategies and steps are already covered earlier. So what are the several ways? Okay, so number one is to remind ourselves that self-love or self-kindness is V-love. Okay? One of the challenges for a lot of people in loving themselves is a lot of people think that if I treat myself well, if I'm kind to myself, if I'm compassionate to myself, that is selfish. And that is a misunderstanding. That's a wrong view. So we need to have the right view, we have the wisdom. When we are kind to ourselves, we also be kind to other people as well. Okay, so when we during the pandemic, when we put on our mask, when we do social distancing, when we go for our vaccination, we are not just protecting ourselves, we are protecting our others as well. So as we protect ourselves, we protect others. So we need to remind ourselves again and again to think in along these lines, along there. So any me time, having time for ourselves, me time, self-compassion time, self-love time, is not selfishness. Okay? In fact, we are taking good care of ourselves so that we can take care of other people and we can take care of one another. Still remember in one of the earlier MINDFULGym sessions, I think during the session on Kindful Healing Hands, I actually introduced this song. Okay? If you cannot remember, I'll sing this song to you again. This is a Rasa Sayang song, but the Kindfulness version. Okay, this is how it sounds. Rasa sayang, hey, rasa sayang, sayang, hey, hey, may I, may you, may all be happy, happy, happy. May I, may you, may all be happy, happy, happy. So this is my favorite song. I sing this song every day. Wherever I go, even in my dream, before I sleep, in my dream, I always sing this song. And you notice the lyrics here, may I, may you, may all be happy, happy, and happy. So I'm wishing myself to be happy, wishing you to be happy, and wishing all to be happy. Okay, and I'm relating this song to the self-kindness practice. Okay, when we wish ourselves well, when we are kind to ourselves, when we are treating ourselves well, it is not selfishness. Okay? When we treat ourselves well, we're also treating other people well, and we're treating one another well. So the first way to be kind to ourselves. Second way to be kind to ourselves is self-soothing. Self-soothing, yeah. So now we have learned so many MINDFULGym tools. We can use mindful body stretching, mindful breathing, EFT tapping, Kindful Healing Hands, butterfly heart. So these are various ways that we can use to soothe ourselves physically and mentally. Okay, that's how we can be kind to ourselves. Yeah. So self-kindness is not something philosophical. It's something very practical that we can do, something for us to do. The third way to be kind to ourselves is by recognizing our strength. So this is the extension of the Google What Went Well practice. Google What Went Well practice. So we learn to recognize our strength. Instead of finding fault with ourselves, we learn to recognize our strength. What are the things you are good at? What is your signature strength? Yeah. So this is another way to be kind to ourselves. The fourth one is to learn to talk to ourselves empathetically. Talk to ourselves empathetically. This is not talking to other people. This is talking to ourselves because it's self-kindness, right? So we learn to talk to ourselves in a kind way. A lot of people, they have no problem in talking to people in nice and empathetic way, but they may have problem in talking to themselves in a kind and gentle way. So one of the way to overcome this, I have this suggestion. Each time when you are talking to yourself, you can imagine as though you are talking to your friend. So instead of talking to ourselves, because sometimes when we talk to ourselves, we can talk to ourselves in very harsh ways, but you can imagine we are talking to ourselves. It's as though we are talking to somebody. We are talking to a friend who is in need, or a friend who is in trouble. So we imagine we are talking to another friend, and that friend is actually us, but we imagine we are talking to another friend. Very often we can talk in a more compassionate way. Okay. Another way of doing that is to relate to a compassionate figure. Okay. You can relate to the Buddha, relate to Kuan Yin, relate to Jesus Christ. So we relate to a compassionate guide. Then we talk to ourselves. So sometimes with this kind of creative visualization, it's easier for us to talk to ourselves in a kind, gentle, and compassionate way. Okay. The number 5 way to be kind to ourselves, learn to lower our expectation and allow mistake. This is particularly important for people who have high expectation, who are perfectionists. So we learn to lower down our expectation, and that is a way to be kind to ourselves. For example, throughout this MindfulGym Zoom program, I have learned, I have made a lot of mistakes. There were a lot of hiccups here and there, but I always remind myself not to beat myself up, because this is the first time we are running the MindfulGym program through Zoom. We have learned a lot of ways. We have made mistakes, but we have learned various ways to improve on our program. So that's how we can lower our expectation. Number 6, learn to express our needs. Learn to express our needs. So when we express our needs, we are helping, in a way, we are helping people to help us. So we need to learn to see things in that way. Very often people will think, if I express my needs, I'm troubling people. If I say what I want, I'm troubling people. Well, learn to see things in a slightly different way. When we express our needs, actually it's easier for people to help us. Okay, and there's also a way to be kind to ourselves and a way to be kind to other people. So we express our need, easier for people to help us. So we're kind to other people, we're also kind to ourselves. Okay. And of course, last, again, back to one of the mindful vitamin, whatever problems, even the problem of you have challenges to be kind to yourself, you're also not alone as well. So a lot of people have this problem of beating themselves up. You are definitely not alone. So these are some of the ways you can try on how to be kind to yourself as an extension of the kindfulness practice.